Okay, here we have a digital timer from Autopilot made by Hydrofarm. I really like this brand over some of the other ones because it goes down to seconds. Keep that in mind if you order one or buy one. A lot of the timers that look similar to this or almost identical to this don't actually go down to seconds, they only do minutes, and it makes them less useful for doing irrigation cycles. For lighting and things of that nature, it doesn't make much of a difference because typically we're doing minutes or hours and don't typically need to get down to the seconds for those. So what I'm going to show you here is how to adjust the clock. Um, uh, Currently our time is 4:41. We're not going to change it, but if you wanted to, you could hold down this clock button, push your hours or your minutes to adjust the time and set it to the current time wherever you're at. Next, we're going to go into programming. So it's pretty simple. This is the thing that trips people up a little bit, but so you can see here, this is currently being used for a light. We have it coming on at 10 a.m. Make sure you are aware that when you go to set your timer, that whether it's an AM or PM, that really trips a lot of people up. You can see this is our number one on time. So this is the first. You can program up to 8 on and off times. We're only going to be using 1 because it's for a light. So this comes on at 10 a.m. The other thing you can set is days of the week. This is currently set up for every day of the week. If I was doing irrigation and I wasn't watering every day, I may want to change this to just Monday or just Tuesday or just Wednesday. But if it's you can do just weekdays, weekends, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But for if you're doing a timer like me, or if it's for a light like me, then you're probably going to want to have it on 7 days a week. So you can adjust that if you want to, but for us, it's Monday through Sunday. Let me go back to program. Sorry, the clock cleared out. The program number one on time. I actually just reset that when I did that. So 10 a.m. So our program on time number one, 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. We didn't change anything, but I kind of messed up when I was scrolling through it. Our off time is going to be 10 p.m. Make sure the PM is right. Again, make sure the weekdays are right. Make sure that all lines up. Double and triple check it. Run through it. Maybe watch it once or twice at least before you're confident in it. Because everyone these are commonly messed up. I've done it myself. Um, but yeah, so this one we're only doing one on or off cycle. You can do up to 8. Another thing to remember too is once you set your on and off for the whatever device you're using, go and check the other 8 and make sure they're all zeroed out. You can reset them if there's a time set here to 0 by pushing this R button. But just one of these being set will throw everything else off. So unless you're using it for irrigation, you can set each one individually, however many times you want. But if you're not, just double check and make sure those other cycles aren't on. The other thing that's important to understand with these timers is that they go through a series of logic. It goes from on, auto, off, auto, on, auto, off. It keeps going through these 4 cycles. And what you want it to be on, if your light is currently on, and the next setting that we have is to turn it off, like this one at 10 p.m., which I can go to. 10 p.m., like I said. Um, you want the next, you want it to, so currently if you keep pushing the cycle button, it will go through, now it's currently on. We want it to be on auto so that the next time, so at 10 o'clock, it turns off the next time it's triggered. If it was already off and we wanted to turn on, if it was midnight right now and we wanted to come on at 10 a.m., we would want it to be in the auto position before on, so that way the next timer setting will turn on. If you get those backwards, it can mess things up and be opposite of what you expect. So always watch it once or twice after you set it. But they're great devices. I like to use these. Um, I don't typically like. I'm not using a controller with my lighting, so these are great to control an individual light or even a couple sometimes. Make sure you don't go over the. I think these are rated for 15 amps. I don't know that I'd push it that hard. Make sure you stay within the 80% rule on those. But other than that, these things are great devices, and they don't lose count when the power goes out, and that's really important if you're not going to be able to check on it every day, or if you don't want the inconvenience of having to reset an analog timer. These digital timers are great, and they've been bomb proof for us. They've been absolutely fantastic. So I would recommend these.